See, Hunter Folsom, the Brown offensive lineman, is the center for this offensive line group for Al Bagnoli. And on 3rd and 4, this is completed at the 40-yard line for a first down to Ryan Cragen. So from one Penn Quaker to another, Cragen, the senior from San Juan Capistrano, makes his first catch and the first reception by any Ivy League player.
Cragen's a big-time player, Alex. He finished his career in the top 10 in Penn history in receiving yards, more than 1,300 of them, second team All-League a couple seasons back, and just a little hitch route right there, gets to the stick, stops, had soft coverage, easy throw for Glover.
Cragen spent 2022 as a depth wide receiver for UCLA and getting himself involved out to the 30-yard line. Boy, it must make Penn fans feel warm inside seeing Ryan Cragen catching big passes for them with that Penn helmet once again. He was such a great player, as you mentioned, for the Quakers, and here he is picking up 9 yards on first down.
See if somebody can sustain a drive, and the Ivy League is hoping it's them.
See, Jake Wedone is now snapping the ball at center for the Ivy League offensive line. One of the captains of this Ivy League squad. Plenty of time. Glover throwing deep. He's got a man. It's Cragen. Makes the grab inside the 30, and he's down to the 25-yard line. The Quaker connection converts Glover to Cragen, and the biggest play for the Ivy League offense.
Well, just a clean pocket for Glover to step in and make this throw. And Cragen gets separation, makes the grab, and fights for a couple extra yards. First big play of the game for the Ivy League.
So it's Ryan Glover and the Ivy League offense taking over at the 25-yard line. Has Alan Smith there in the backfield, and they fake the handoff to him. Glover sets up for a deep toss. He's looking for Cragen. He's got it at the 30. 45-yard hookup to Ryan Cragen, who has been the Ivy League's most effective wide receiver today.
Pretty similar to the last deep shot, at least the route that Cragen ran. Just moved the pocket a little to the right. Easy for Glover to step into it. And Cragen beats defenders over the top and continues his big day and sets the Ivy League up in good position here.
Ryota Quakers have been some of the star performers offensively. Here's another one. Cragen gets the first down, gets a block inside the 20, and he's finally hog-tied down at the 12. Ryan Cragen caught some deep passes, and the former second-team All-Ivy player has been the most productive wide receiver for this squad. Opportunity for adjustments at halftime. Glover goes to Cragen. Breaks free from a tackle, and he's got a first down. Stays on his feet across the 45-yard line. Finally ripped down at the 46 of Japan after a pickup of 29 yards on first down.
Yeah, really poor tackling by the Japanese secondary. A couple players had good shots at bringing Cragen down and couldn't do it. Now Harvard can get into it, or I should say the Ivy League can get into its tempo.
They go no huddle and quickly pick up of 5 yards by Cragen, who has been by far the most productive wide receiver for the Ivy League. Penn connection, Glover and Cragen. And toss in Isaiah Malcolm. They have been, again, some of the headliners offensively for Al Bagnoli's team. And can't imagine that was a long decision. Glover throws, Cragen the catch. First down, Ivy League. Gainer of 13 yards. They mark him down past where he makes it out to. Should be out around the 38-yard line. Ryan Cragen has had some big catches here in this game today.
He's had a huge day, and more than anything, he has made it very difficult on the Japanese defenders to tackle him. Had those two big plays in the first half, but since then it's been a lot of underneath throws and breaking tackles for yards after the catch.
Field for the Japanese team. Trying to get a number as to who that is, but Cragen, here's a guy in 2018, didn't play a single game for the Quakers in the Ivy League. He played on the scout team, really needed to work on the mental side. They were impressed with his catching ability. And then the next year in 2019, after not playing at all in 2018, goes out second team All-Ivy. had a 208-yard receiving game against Yale. As we see Joe Mathis come off the field, starting defensive end for Japan. But Cragen then worked on becoming even more of a leader on his team in 2021 before spending his last year of eligibility at UCLA. Cragen really has been a dynamic force today for the Ivy League. Tsubasa Takagi, the quarterback, to make it 20-17. Glover throws left side. It's Cragen again, spins out of a tackle, and he'll be brought down about a yard shy of the marker. 13-yard gain, and Cragen is playing like every down is his last.
Japan already has the lead in this game. Imagine how different the game would be if they were just making tackles in the first try against Cragen. Coming from Glover on the ground, whether it was design runs, the read option, or just taking off in the scramble drill, Glover making it all happen, and the Ivy League gets the lead back.
You saw the 300 yards rush. He was first-team All-Ivy player, was second-team All-Ivy this past season.
Yeah, more than 1,000 yards receiving in his career at Cornell.
Clock still ticking, close to 5 minutes on second down. A completion to Cragen for a healthy gain.
And little thing, sorry Alex, little thing so important. Cragen, the way he made his turn up field, did it so he would not go out of bounds. Make sure that clock keeps running.
The Ivy League travels to Tokyo and comes from behind to knock off the Japanese All-Star team by a final of 24-20. And Justin, a competitive day, a great week, and the Ivy League keeps the United States' perfect record against Japan intact.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty good showing for Japan, and I think they definitely wanted to win the game, but we'll be happy with how they performed. Al Bagnoli will probably tell you that this Japanese team has come a long way from the last time he saw them, but a good performance for the Ivy League. They get the victory, and I think more than anything, a really incredible experience for everybody involved.
It was the 18-yard touchdown run from Ryan Glover early in the fourth quarter that turned a 20-17 game in favor of Japan to a 24-20 advantage for the Ivy League. A long drive at the end of the fourth quarter keeps that score intact, and the Ivy League wins this showcase game against Japan 24-20.